Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Haloyim La Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the Akim that are pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this reaches the ears of the hopeful elect. It's your brother Kazak coming at you once again through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And I'm entitled this lesson, What You Gonna Do When Those Lights Go Out? All right, what are you gonna do when those lights go out? Okay, because it's a lot of distraction going on in the world right now, man. All right. You got what's being pushed as far as this whole Trump situation, you know, with the arrest that's supposed to happen tomorrow on Tuesday. Okay, and what he was telling his people, you know, to take back the nation, blase, whatever, right? You know, so, hey, through the spirit, you saw what happened on J6, okay? Remember what happened on J6 back in 2020? You see? Who's to say that this next one ain't gonna turn into a sedition of men? You know, whole bunch of protests or riots. All right, well, people gonna start getting a little crazy out here in these streets, man. Okay. So with that being said, man, we got to be circumspect. You know, because the times that are at hand, or the times that are ahead, okay, are only going to get darker and darker. All right. You know, you got these train derailments. Okay. You got, you know, these, you know, this entertainment industry. All right. Really just to put Jake to sleep, really, what it comes down to, you know, but really Jake ain't really paying attention to none of the prophecies. Jake ain't really paying attention to what's going on in the world as far as geopolitics, you know, the times in the season, the quote unquote climate control. And we know, you know, climate control is nonsense anyways, you know, but you can see the weather. All right. You see the switch that happened. You know, you got blizzards in California, man. You know, that's unheard of. All right, look at all the earthquakes and everything that's going on in the world. You ask a regular Jake, man, you know, whether it be at work, on the street, or wherever, you ask them a simple question. If they know about what's going on with Russia and China, they can't give you an answer. You see? But really, the question is, and what a lot of people have failed to remember or simply forgot, is that the grid is still going down. You know, you see how they're talking about it. It's all in the news. Energy collapse this, energy collapse this, the grid going down, blackouts. What happened when in Exodus, man, when Moses stretched forth his hands to the heavens, okay, and it was a darkness throughout all of Egypt for 3 days. A pitch black darkness, man. All right. You know, but this here article in Natural News, it says, check out episode 3 of Breaking Point documentary series from Brighteon, Energy Collapse. Okay, and I'm gonna put the link in the description box, the video. It's about 22 minutes long, you know, and it's just to give insight of the possibility of possibilities of things that could potentially happen with or you know during a energy crisis like that, man. Okay, because you got to really think about it. Everything that we do requires energy, man. Running water throughout your home, to take a shower, to flush the toilet, to brushing your teeth requires energy, man. You know, certain aspects, as far as, you know, when it comes to cooking, requires energy, unless you know of other ways to cook. You know, if that means simply, taking it primitive style, okay, getting wood, all right, putting a flat surface above it and cooking it that way, sparking a flame, starting a fire, or using a propane tank, okay? People aren't really thinking about these things, man, because they don't know what time we're in. Now, you do have some that are, you got these doomsday preppers, and they're prepared as far as tangibles, but they don't have the Spirit of the Lord. They don't have the faith, man. Whereas those who are in the know, okay, the same men who are speaking on these things, the prophets, all right, we're aware of these things. So yeah, we gather a few things, nothing crazy, because at the end of the day, we know we don't put our faith in things, as far as food and water, man. Because the Lord can test your faith, test your, and remove you from those luxuries. Have you out here, wandering, and then you got to solely put your faith in Him. Which is ultimately what it boils down to. Because hey, all that stuff can run out, but the miracles and the gifts from heaven are limitless, man. Okay. So they got all that, but it's not, it's okay to get, light bulbs, the ones that you plug in and, you charge it. If you look up some videos as far as how to make your own candle, a candle that can burn for weeks on end, without giving way or going out, using like Crisco. You get a large container of Crisco and put just a regular candle in the middle of it. You light it, or put a wick down the middle of the Crisco and you light it, and that candle will burn, or that Crisco will burn for weeks. You put a one of those clay pots over it, and that'll act, and you put a penny or a quarter of some sort over the hole at the top, all right, and that'll act as like a heater. Jake ain't really thinking about these things, man. Okay, Jake ain't thinking about these things. But the Lord will put the Spirit on certain brothers, okay, that are into these things. Because, for me, I wasn't always, into the whole camping, way of thinking, I wasn't really too big into camping until, a few years back. Okay, and I would watch videos on, little DIYs and of how to, in case this happened, how can you heat up a room, or, a candle or whatever, man. Just, basic survival skills. Jake ain't really thinking about basic survival skills. So once again, the question is, what you gonna do when those lights go out, man? You see? Let me get a precept. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 22:3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Really, how we hiding ourselves? Through the Spirit of the Lord, man. Through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? But in like manner, we also... Salaki, I don't know why it does that. And likewise, okay, it's not unwise to to get a few things, man. You know, get a couple cases of bottled water and store them in your garage. You know, Jake always got bottle of water sitting on the side of the fridge or something. You know, that ain't been taken out of the wrapping paper. You know, just sitting there. At least my family. You know. But it's not unwise to get a few things, man, just in case. Because we don't know when all this going, you know, break off, man. When all hell breaks loose. All right. So you got to be on your P's and Q's, man. Be in the right mindset, be in the right spirit. It says a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. You see, the simple minded. And our people, you know, Israel, man, are just simple-minded. Our people so focused on fashion, you know, on sports, okay, trying to make some more money, trying to be rich. That's what Jake focused on. You think you put Jake in the wilderness, you know? You think he gonna be able to survive? Hell no. You see? Who they gonna call on? They not gonna call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I'll tell you that. All right? It says in the scriptures that, what is it, 2nd Ezra 16 and 40, if I'm not mistaken. All right, well, we're gonna have to be pilgrims upon the earth. We may have to flee the cities. You know, they're going to have these little smart cities set up. All right. They're going to have martial law roaming the streets. OK. You know, these little checkpoints to where you can't leave certain jurisdictions and parameters. So the Lord may put the spirit on you that you may have to flee, man. You may have to go to the woods. You may have to go to the desert, or wherever you may live. But you may have to leave. You see? And with that being said, man, you got to be, once again, you got to be in that right spirit. Job 5 and I want to say 19, you know, talks in 5:19 and 20. Let me just get it real quick, because he says we're going to be in league with the stones of the field. Job chapter 5 and verse 20. I started verse 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the field of the earth. And how are we going to laugh, man, in a time of destruction and famine? Because the Lord is going to put us put that spirit in us, man. You know, that we're going to be able to laugh at certain calamities, man. Proverbs, the 1st chapter says that I will laugh at your calamities. And how is the Lord going to laugh at their calamities, man? Through the men of the Lord who are preaching boldly in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see? While everybody else is out here suffering, hungry, thirsty, we going to be rejoicing and having abundance, man. You know? And that's the faith that we come with. Isaiah 65 and 13 said that my servant shall eat. You see? Verse 23, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. You see? So if we're going to be in league with the stones of the field, you know, the Lord is going to put the spirit on us to be able to, you know, to do whatever we need to do to survive. And to prove that, look at what Ezra went through, man. Look what Ezra went through. Second Ezra chapter 14. Yep. Okay, here we go. 2nd Ezra 14:37. So I took 5 men, and as he commanded me, and went into the field and remained there. And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Ezra, open thy mouth and drink that I give thee to drink. Then I opened my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. And I took it and drank. And when I had drunk it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast. For my spirit strengthened my memory, and my mouth was open and shut no more. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men, and they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days, and they wrote in the day, and at night they ate bread. You see, so it says, as for me, I spake in the day and held not my tongue by night. You see, so the Lord, and it could have been through a vision, or it could have been literally speaking. But needless to say, the Lord gave him the wisdom and understanding. You see? So just as he was able to do such a thing for Esdras, what makes you think that the Lord is incapable of doing that for us in the time of Jacob's trouble, man? Well, we'll be out there, with a book bag or whatever you got on you. And, he may put the a resting spirit upon you to where you take a nap, and then he gives you a vision, and you, in your vision or in your dream, you take a sip of a cup of water that looked like that was the color of fire. And the next thing you know, you have all this understanding, you have all this knowledge of how to build, all right, how to build a fort, or how to build, a cabin, how to build a fishing rod, how to make a fire, all these things, man. Nothing is impossible for the Lord, man. You see? But you got these simple people out here that don't give heed to the things, to the things that's taking place, man. Not taking heed to these prophecies, not taking heed to the words of the Lord to give warning, man. That's the whole reason for us giving warning, is for you, for these, for really it's for the elect, really. But to give warning so you can prepare yourselves, man. Prepare yourselves spiritually, first and foremost. You see, getting yourself in the right spirit, so when these things come upon us, man, we're not going to be taken under, man. Because we have the faith in the Lord that he's going to provide, and he's going to make a way for us, man. And especially these women. And if these women don't have a man of the Lord, hey, man, they are lost cause, man. Lost cause. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. You see? So rise, ye women that are at ease, man. Instead of listening to these Doja Cats, these Cardi B's, these what's that big one? RZA, or whatever her name is, the real big one. Instead of listening to these women, you need to be listening to these scriptures, man. Okay? And get with a man of the Lord, because the man of the Lord is the only way you're going to be able to survive in this day, man. All right? Isaiah 13 says, he will make a man more precious than fine gold. Isaiah 13:12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir. You see? That's why it's going to be more women cleaving to one man, because it's going to be more women out here that are by themselves, that can't fend for themselves, can't do nothing. And then they're going to come across a man of the Lord. All right. And it's going to be many women, because a lot of these women's husbands are going to go off to fight. all right, and to get killed in World War III. You see? So they're not going to have no protection. They're not going to have no hedge. And the man of the Lord is going to be their hedge. That's why there's order in this thing. It's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, the man and the woman. The woman does unto the man as we do unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. You see? So these women are going to give themselves unto us, man. Just so they can survive, just so they can live. And how are they to be called by our names? Through sex. Okay? That's how you're married unto a woman, man. You know? So they're going to give themselves unto a man of the Lord, man. And if you got a rib, she not going to have a say in that day, man. Because if she not going to have a say. Because if she get in that jealous spirit, or if she get if a demon hop on her ass, man, she on her own. You know? But she not gonna want that. She not gonna want to be on her own. So what's she gonna do? She gonna shut right on up and get in line. You see? She gonna get right in line. Especially if a man of the Lord has got those spiritual powers. Come on, man. Come on now. You see? So, man, once again, what you gonna do when that grid goes out, man? Because it's coming. It's inevitable. All right? All they need is a reason for this thing to go ahead and shut down. That way they can go ahead and implement those CBDCs that's supposed to be starting in July. All right? FedNow is the instant payment system. Okay, but in order for CBDCs and digital currencies to work, that has to be in place already. You see what I'm saying? So if you got the FedNow already working, you know, where it's supposed to, I think that's supposed to start in July as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then once that's in full effect, hey man, CBDCs is next in line, which brings forth the Charagma. You see it all unfolding, man. It's all unfolding right before our eyes. And Tawadi Habashim Al-Shai for giving us the eyesight to be able to see these things, man. Okay? But man, this kingdom is through, man. As the elders were saying, you know, this is this kingdom is circling the drain, man. The Lord is flushing this place away. Getting it out of the way, moving it out of the way for us to rule and be back in our rightful place, man. Let me get a preset. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? So we got next, man. You know, we have next. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. You know, we're at the end of this thing. You know, and it's beautiful to witness and to see these things, man. It says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. And we're patiently waiting for redemption, to be sovereign, to be rulers on the earth, man, to be kings and priests, man. You know, we're witnessing these things. These things are being manifest in our generation. That's huge, man. Matthew chapter 13 and Matthew 13 and 16. I started verse 15. For the people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing. Their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. You see that? It says, blessed for our eyes that we see these things, because many prophets before us and righteous men have desired to see the prophecies that we're seeing today, man. We're living in that time, man. This is a beautiful time that we're living in, man. You see? So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give an honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the occupant pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this reaches the ears of the hopeful elect. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and upload that the link to that video in the description in the description box. All right. So, hey, watch that and be edified. So with that, I want to say shalom.